Today we will talk about visual rhetoric and a website layout. We have been talking about the different aspect of website building and content development. But along with that, based on the objective and the mission, the goal of your website, you might want to work on the visual of your website too. So how we can, what are the elements that we work on to give a sort of a visual effect on your website? It's not only the layout and the design of your website, but there are so many other elements that come into play to give a sort of a visual impression of your website, because that also give the authenticity and credibility to your website. So talking about the visual rhetoric of your website, uh, the first thing we might want to talk about is the color, because color gives an impression of a sort of a, the color carries emotions. What kind of color that you want to have on your website? Again, it depends on the purpose of your site and the type of content that will use in your website. You want to use the color accordingly. Okay, red has its own meaning, blue color has its own meaning, white color does have its own meaning. So what that website is all about, based on that, you want to also choose the particular color. If the content do not match with the color do not match with the content, then that does not, the website does not carry the type of emotions that you want it to carry, or it does not really seem to be more authentic and credible even to the viewers or the audience out there. So again, the color also carries some sort of ethos, or the pathos, because it has some sort of rhetorical elements. How convincing the website can be best is based on the type of color that you use. Again, visual design is very, very important technical communication. If you are a technical writer and you are building a website, uh, you know, again, no matter whether you are a technical writer or a freelancer, if you have your website, you always want to think, of it from a very technical point of view, because visual design is very important if you want to communicate to the audience out there technically. And again, color has its own importance. As I said, it is good for decorating your website on the one hand, and also it carries some sort of it has rhetorical importance. And the color carries some sort of emotions. Red is always kind of a revolutionary, or sort of a strong color, and the white always symbolizes peace, things like that. So talking about website layout, there are so many different kinds of website layout. One of the articles I posted to Georgia View also will give you an idea about that. But again, talking about website layout, it also comes under the design of the website as well. It is a definition I quoted from one of the readings that have been posted to Georgia View. So a website layout is a pattern or a framework, and that defines a website's structure, how you want to structure your website. And it has also the role of structuring the information. The way you structure the website, you also structure the information, and then based on the type of layout website design, that determines how user friendly the website is, how easy it is to navigate the pages, the web pages, and things like that. And also website layout design determines where to put the content, where to put the pictures, how to organize picture and content, and things like that. So similarly, website also layout defines the content hierarchy, meaning that what type of information, what type of content you want to put on the top, and and what type of information of the content you want to put at the bottom. Whether you want to organize the content hierarchically, or horizontally, right? Horizontally. So that is, and depending upon the type of content, type of audience, and the type of, the way you want to communicate the masses to the audience out there, you will design your website. So think about that. As you are working on your website, please go back to your website and take a look at what type of content you have in your website. What's the mission of your website? Based on that, you want to bring in a type of a color, a type of layout and design, because there are so many different the website layout and design. So which one exactly fit in the type of content that you have, that you are working on your website at the moment. So website layout continued. Again, talking about website layout, you might want to create a contrast, the visual weight versus the negative weight or space. How much space you want to leave behind, and how much space you want to occupy with the visuals or the content. Again, the balanced website layout, it applies not only to the the digital platform like building website. It also applies to print media as well. Someone who is printing a newspaper, also they have a different type of website layout. So how to place the pictures and the images in contrast to the content, so that this rule also applies to newspaper as well. So again, section for specific audiences or features. Again, how much you want the content to be outside the image, and how you want to organize it. Again, how you want to create a visual tension for eye-catching or stimulating layout. Yeah, whether you want to use a focal points to draw attention to certain elements, because you might want to highlight certain issues. Perhaps could be images, or could be some content or words or ideas. And then the layouts always help you accomplish your goal. So that's why it's very important. So sometimes the layouts, the way you design, also tell a story. Make sure sometimes even without having enough content, just the images and the way you organize it, or the way you build the website, or the layout of your website might be telling a complete story. So that's why this website layout is very, very important. There are different kinds of website layout. I have listed a few of them, but if you go to the source, this article, where you have a number of website layout designs, so you might want to take a look at it. There are a list of website layout, just an example: the zigzag layout, the F layout, full screen photo. Maybe one of the layout it might quite fit in the type of website, or the you are going to build based on the content and the objective of your the goal that you have. So again, you might want to take a look at the video, and then again, when we talk about visual rhetoric and credibility, we talk about the website layout, the kind of color you use, the way you organize the images, and then the content, things like that. And also it helps you understand, it helps the audience understand the type of a website, and also it also helps improve the credibility, the authenticity of your website. So think about that. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. But again, since you have been building your website, go back to the website that you have been building and think about these the elements, the structure of your website, the way you have built and design. Does it perfectly cohere with the type of objective or the mission you have, the goal you have, or not? Maybe you might want to rework on the type of layout and design you have, or you might want to change the color of your website if it doesn't carry the particular emotion that you are thinking of. And just you might want to work on it. Okay, go back and work on your website again, based on what we have discussed in this video, or the readings I have posted to Georgia Abuse. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you.